will be best suitable for the students also. They can see each and everything clearly along with the diagrams. In this Google Slides technology, actually we should prepare the slides. Here each and every diagram which you will be looking at here, it is prepared by me, even a small dot also. These are not just ready-made images which are downloaded from the Google and being shown to here. No, each and every diagram, line, number, everything, each and every letter also, it is actually made by me. Here, in order to teach any lesson in the Google Slides technology, we should actually prepare the Google Slides related to that lesson. Then only explanation is possible. Okay, so comment me in the comment section, how did you actually feel with this Google Slide technology online teaching. So let's move on. Here the last thing that I told you in that class was that without the understanding of some keywords and definitions, we cannot study the reflection of lighted curved surfaces. Okay, so those keywords here you can see. Let's discuss about those keywords one by one. Start the presentation. Okay, let's discuss the keywords, the main definitions which are needed to be known to study the reflection of light by the curved mirrors. First one is pole point. The geometrical center of a curved mirror is called pole point. Okay, it is represented by capital P. Next, center of curvature. Center of curvature is nothing but the center of the sphere of which this curved mirror is a part. This is called actually center of curvature. It is represented by capital C. Next, focus point. You can see here first light ray, second light ray, third light ray, fourth light ray. These are the parallel light rays. When the incident or reflecting surface of concave mirror, after reflection, they all converge to a common point which is called focus point. It is represented by capital F here. Next, principal axis. Principal axis is nothing but the line which is drawn by joining the pole point and center of curvature. This line is called principal axis. As it is an imaginary line, so it is not represented by anything. Okay, next, radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is nothing but distance from pole point to the center of curvature. Distance from pole point to the center of curvature, which is represented by capital R. Next, focal length is the distance from pole point to the focus point. Okay, focus point lies in the middle of the pole point and center of curvature point. So here focal length is nothing but distance from pole point to the focus point, which is represented by small f. You should remember by which letters they are being represented also. Next, paraxial rays. You can see here this is first one, second one, third, fourth parallel light rays. Here the second one and next third one are the parallel light rays, as well as they are close to the principal axis also. This principal axis. Okay, they are close to this principal axis. So paraxial light rays are nothing but the light rays which are parallel to principal axis as well as close to the principal axis. They are said to be paraxial light rays. In this diagram, second one and third one are the paraxial light rays. Okay, not the first one and fourth one, because they are just parallel to the principal axis but they are not close to the principal axis. Okay, next, object distance. Here you can see this is the object. Okay, so distance from pole point to the position of object, it is called object distance. Distance from pole point to the position of object. Next, image distance. Distance from pole point to the position of image. This one is the image here. Okay, so distance from pole point to the position of image is called image distance. So these were the keywords which are everybody necessarily need to know this to understand, to study the reflection of lighted curved mirrors. Okay, let's move on. I have explained these all definitions to you by taking this concave mirror diagram. Okay, so same definitions we can discuss with the help of convex mirror also. Everything is similar, all definitions are same. Only one thing is that in case of concave mirror, when the parallel light rays are incident on it, after reflection they converge to a common point directly. Okay, but in case of convex mirror, when the parallel light rays are incident on it, after reflection they diverge. You can see these are the divergent light rays. Okay, when divergent light rays are extended backward, they all actually meet at a common point which is called focus point here. Remaining everything is similar. Next, move on. So how can we find out the nature and position of the image when the object is placed at different distances in front of concave and convex mirror? Okay, So when the object is placed at different distances in front of concave and convex mirror, how can we find out its nature and position? To find out the position of the image, we should draw the ray diagrams. Unless and until you draw the ray diagram, you cannot say the position of the image, that where the image is formed. Next, nature of the image includes three properties. They are whether the image is virtual or real. Virtual means if the image is formed inside the mirror, it is called virtual. If it is formed on the screen, it is called real image. If the size of the image is greater than the size of the object, it is called enlarged. If the size of the image is smaller than the size of the object, it is called diminished. Next, if the image is a straight image, it is called erect. If the image is reverse image, then it is called inverted. Next, move on. To find out the position of image, ray diagrams must be drawn. Just now as I told you. To find out the nature of the image, observe the ray diagram carefully. So whenever we draw the nature of the image, so to find out the position of image, we must draw the ray diagrams. And to explain the nature of the image, then you should observe the ray diagram very carefully. You should observe the size of the image, whether it is inverted or erected. So in order to explain the nature of the image, you should observe the ray diagram properly. And to look at the position of the image, we have to draw the ray diagrams. And in order to draw the ray diagrams, you have to follow some rules. Without following the rules, if you draw the ray diagram, then neither position nor nature of the image can be understood clearly. So we should draw the ray diagrams by following some rules. So let's discuss the general rules which we have to follow for drawing the ray diagrams. First one. The light ray, which is originating from the object, passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through focus point. Remember that this is the first rule. Okay. So in these rules, for concave mirror, there are three rules are there. For convex mirror, there are only two rules are there. So concave mirror first rule is when the light ray is originating from the object, passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through focus point. Okay. Second rule. The light ray which is originating from the object and passing through the focus point. After reflection, it will become parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Third one. A light ray originating from the object passing through center of curvature. After reflection, it will reflect back over the same path through which it is came. Okay. Fourth one. That is convex mirror rule. So here the light ray originating from the object passing parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it will diverge. When diverged light ray is extended backward, it passes through focus point. Okay, this one. Next, fifth one, related to the convex mirror rule. Okay, the light ray which is originating from the object passing straight to the focus point. Here this light ray is not passing through the mirror. If it passes through the mirror, then it will definitely pass through focus point. So the light ray that is originating from the object straight to the focus point. After reflection, it will become parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So well, these are the rules that you should know for drawing the ray diagrams. Okay. Now let's draw the ray diagrams. For concave mirror, there are 5 ray diagrams. For convex mirror, there is only one ray diagram. Now we are going to draw the ray diagram when the object is placed at different distances in front of concave mirror and convex mirror one by one very clearly. Now next topic is drawing the ray diagram when the object is placed at different distances in front of concave mirror and convex mirror. Remember that concave mirror has only 5 ray diagrams and convex mirror has only one ray diagram. Okay, so let's draw the ray diagrams of concave mirror which has totally 5 ray diagrams. When the object is placed beyond the center of curvature, here object is placed beyond the center of curvature. Okay, so here in order to look at the position of image, I have to draw minimum 2 light rays. So first one I have drawn is the light ray which is originating from the object passing parallel to principal axis. After reflection, passes through focus point. Okay. Second light ray, the light ray originating from the object passing through the focus point. After reflection, it will become parallel to the principal axis. These two light rays are intersecting here, so the image of this object will be formed here. Okay, as you can see here, the size of the image is smaller than the size of the object. Okay, this image size, so it is a diminished image, and you can see here the image is reversed, so it is inverted, and inverted images are always real images, remember. So the nature of the image is diminished, inverted, real. Next, when the object is placed at the center of curvature. So here object is placed at center of curvature. So again I have to locate the position of image. I have drawn the two light rays. First one is the light ray that is parallel to the principal axis, after reflection passes through focus point, and second light ray is the light ray that is originating from the object passing through focus point, and after reflection it will become parallel to the principal axis. So these two light rays are intersected here. Okay, so the image will be formed here, and as you can see here, the size of the image is equal to the size of the object, and it is a reverse image, so it is inverted. So the nature of the image is real, inverted, size of the image is equal to the size of the object. Okay, next, third one, when the object is placed between F and C. So the first light ray I have drawn parallel light ray, after reflection passing through focus point. Second light ray, the light ray originating from the object passing through focus point, after reflection will become parallel to the principal axis. And here you can observe that these two reflected light rays intersected here. So you can see the size of the image. It is actually bigger than the size of the object, so it is enlarged. Understand? Okay, so at the same time it is inverted and real also. So the nature of the image is real, inverted, enlarged. Next, when the object is placed at focus point. So here when the object is placed at focus point, first light ray is the light ray originating from the object passing parallel to principal axis, after reflection passes through focus point. And second light ray, I cannot draw the light ray that is originating from the object passing through focus point. Why? Because object here already placed at focus point only. So I am drawing here another third rule which we have previously discussed, the light ray originating from the object passing through center of curvature. So here this light ray is passing straight to the center of curvature. After reflection it passes through the center of curvature point. Okay, so here these two are the reflected light rays. They are parallel to each other, so they never intersect anywhere. So image will be formed at infinite distance. Okay, so its nature cannot be defined because this image will be formed at infinite distance, so nature cannot be defined. Okay, next, here when the object is placed between P and F, when the object is placed between P and F, see here, this is the object placed between pole point and focus point. First light ray is the parallel light ray, after reflection passing through focus point. Second light ray is the light ray that is originating from the object passing straight to the center of curvature. After reflection it passes through the center of curvature. These two light rays will not get intersected on this side. So instead of getting intersected this side, they will get intersected inside the mirror when they are extended backward. When this reflected light ray is extended backward, see, when this light ray is extended backward, again this one when it is extended backward, they are intersecting inside the mirror. Okay, so here these light rays are intersected by extending this reflected light rays backward. Now you can see the size of the image is enlarged and it is erect straight image, and size of the image is enlarged. At the same time it is formed inside the mirror. These light rays are intersected, okay, when these light rays, reflected light rays, are extended backward, so it is virtual image. So these were the 5 ray diagrams related to the concave mirror. Now let's discuss the ray diagram. There is only one ray diagram for convex mirror. Just now we have discussed the 5 ray diagrams of concave mirror. Okay, next, drawing the ray diagram when the object is placed in front of convex mirror. Convex mirror has only one ray diagram. Let's move on and draw it. So here see, this is the convex mirror and object is placed in front of the convex mirror. This is the object here. Okay, now first one, the light ray, parallel light ray, after reflection it will diverge. When the diverged light ray extended backward, when it is extended backward, passes through focus point. Next, second light ray is the light ray that is passing straight to the focus point, and after reflection it will become parallel to the principal axis. Okay, it will become parallel to the principal axis. And now these two light rays, first one and second one, when they are extended backward, they are intersecting at a common point. Okay, so image here, they are intersecting at this common point, so image will be formed here. This is the image. Okay, so as you can see that the size of the image is smaller than the size of the object, so it is diminished, and this image actually we have extended the reflected light rays backward. Always remember that when the lines intersect by the extending of reflected light rays backward, then that image must be virtual image. So here the nature of the image is erect, diminished and virtual. Okay, so these were the all the ray diagrams which are there in the first lesson. Concave mirror 5 ray diagrams, and convex mirror there is only one ray diagram. So I hope that you have understood how to draw these ray diagrams. Even if you get any doubts in the comment section, you can tell me whatever your doubts are, and you can reverse this video, then pause it wherever you need it, and play again, so you can listen and understand more properly and clearly.